Hey everyone, so today I'm going to go through my August and September project life slash smoosh planner. Yeah, so let's get started. I always start with the calendar for the month. That is a pocket, and at this point I am still doing the 6x8. Backing the Project Life Becky Higgins calendar things at this point. So I just did some mixed media and added a quote that I had in my stash. This is a little mason jar and some flowers and a flare, so I'm still kind of doing the mini layouts. This is the first week. And on this week, my daughter had her first chiropractor's appointment. She kind of fell off her horse, and her horse is 16.2, 16.3. So yeah, it was kind of a big deal. She did jar herself. Nothing's broken, but she needed to have an adjustment. And then while she was there, she met up with her very first, I should say, horse riding instructor. So Frosty was one of the first horses that she rode, and then they had another mare there that she took pictures of. And then my husband and I got new phones, so of course had to try out the photos, see how well the photos come out. Love it. This next week, just cite a few more things. This is when it kind of starts evolving into just the regular project life. It was Fair Week, so I added my daughter's ride bracelet, the dates of this week, just my dog in my bathroom when I'm taking a bath that week, and my oldest tried out a new horse, along with practicing driving. The next week we had hurricane force winds, and so these are the actual trees behind where I work, and you can see they like snapped off like halfway up the tree, and then it literally took off Wendy's roof. Wendy's is right next to where I work. And that's about it that happened this week. And then this is where it turns into just project life. So I took from Kelly Perky. She will adhere 2 pages together. So I just did my cards, did my pictures, and then adhered it to the back of this page. So just adding, starting to add my embellishments. My daughter's new horse, who is 4 to 17 hands. He's just a big sweetheart. And you can hear my bunny going nuts in the background. So this is where it just really turns into project life, documenting my daughter's sophomore year. This is kind of gross, but my bunny had a bladder stone. So this is him in his new little area, and he actually was doing some bunny flops and being a bunny and all of that, so I just journaled about it. Added one of those days because it was on a Monday, and Mondays are rough around here, so yeah, it was just one of those days. So then we go into the next week. My youngest working with one of the minis next to my in-laws' place. Bunny looking very relaxed. We got new bathroom lights, and then we went to a wedding. So, of course, my oldest and I took a selfie after we were done. And then what was cool at the wedding is that they had instead of a guest book, they had a photo booth. So you could go in and take pictures and then print however many copies, and then you stick one copy in the book and one copy was for you. So of course I had to add that in. They actually did a selfie before the ceremony, which was very cute. The pastor took a picture. The cake, the vows, it was a very beautiful wedding, and that's it for August. And again, I just adhered the page to the back of the Project Life weekly page. So that's it for August, and you can see this is just July on August, and it is very thick, which is why I just went down to having the Project Lifestyle. That way I can add things and whatnot. Then we go into September, and again I use the pocket and the calendar. I did 2 title cards for the month. So of course it's back to school, and this one was just a filler card, which is just all stuff from my stash. This is August 31st through September 6th, and not a whole lot. My daughter's taking selfies. She actually came out of her room to sit with the bunny, riding her horse Vigo. Just took a filler card, added some Heidi Swap color shine. My oldest rode her horse, and the poor rabbit, he got scared of the storm that we had that week, and he just had his head in this little like tunnel, and it was just his head, and his ears were back, and it was just adorable. This card is from the Project Life Becky Higgins, one of her core kids. And then the next week, I just did a homemade card. This is just a random piece of paper that I cut down to 3x4. Added a gossamer blue circle embellishment, some homemade enamel dots, and this mason jar that has the dates in it. My oldest with her horse Moon, and then it was kind of a big deal. Little man, our rabbit, finally figured out how to drink out of the little bottle that we have out in his living room enclosure, and it was kind of a huge thing because he was just sitting there for a good like 2-3 minutes just going to town on the water. He was really thirsty. So I just added, this is a little gossamer blue embellishment along with the Fabtastic and the stars. We got our tickets for the Miranda Lambert concert and just a filler card. And then it goes on to the next week. Or no. Yeah, it was still the same week. Our bunny had to go back to the vet because his GI tract was off, which can happen, I guess, with bunnies. We're finding out a lot of stuff with bunnies now. So when we brought him home, our cat Boo was playing peekaboo with him, basically. I got my September gossamer blue kit, and this is how the package came, very smooshed, and I was very unhappy. And then my youngest making a journal for herself. And then the next week, this is just a Tim Holtz stamp that I used black soot distress ink on, and then just added some cut apart embellishment from the sheet, the Gossamer blue sheet, and a flag label. I finished up my oldest close-up book, and I did that all Project Lifestyle, and I was very happy with it. My husband playing out in the yard. I got a new mod. This is a vape mod, so I just used this is part of the Gossamer blue cut apart sheet and a wood veneer and a little bow, acetate bow, and this is me working on the close-up book. And then this is where we went to the concert, so I was playing with the new Tim Holtz stamps and distress markers that I got. My daughter and I took a selfie at the concert. We saw Claire Dunn and Raylyn. She is a very cute little girl. Well, I shouldn't say little girl, but she's very cute little woman. And then, of course, we took lots of pictures for the Miranda Lambert concert. So I just cut down our tickets and I put where our seats were, a few enamel dots. This page flips up. And that's basically it for this week, or for that event. And then we had the homecoming weekend, beautiful sunset that week. And then my oldest marched in the parade, so we couldn't miss her this year. Last year she was kind of hidden, and we were in a good spot this year to see her, so I got a couple of pictures, and then her boyfriend bringing up the rear. And of course these are some gold thickers, and then the black stickers from the September kit. Just added some small embellishments to that card and journaled about it. And then my youngest and I were supposed to go to the game, but my grandmother never went, so it was good to give our tickets to my mom and my grandma, and they got to experience the game. So my mom sent me photos and I included them in this week, and it was really exciting to have my grandma go to her very first football game. And then, of course, documenting the blood moon. This is not my picture, it's one I pulled off of Facebook, and this is the one that I took that my daughter and I went out to see and watch the eclipse. And then this is the end of September, where we have National Coffee Day. I just put a quote that I found off of Facebook, and my daughter making a little hat for her little, she calls them bug-eyed stuffed animals. And that's it for September. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.